All right. Good morning. Good evening. Good night. On this very special Monday, we are going to be bringing you all the latest from around the industry. This is Layer 1 Live. DeFi, NFTs, Bitcoin, Ethereum, hacks on hacks on hacks. Everything that's happening within the cryptocurrency industry, we are going to be bringing you here today. So, I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited wherever you are around the world. Our vibe, our tribe. Nice to see all the lads in here. And we're going to get to something really special here in a second. I can't wait to get it to you. I do want to apologize for last week. So Friday, we had low numbers trickling in. I'm kind of wondering what's going on. There were some numbers that were kind of wonky after the episode was posted as well. And it was because I had monetization on as we're listening to these tunes. So YouTube kind of said, hey, slow down there. You're making money off copyrighted music. So they weren't showing the episode out to kind of the broader community, if you will. So great to see all the lads in the house. We're going to bring Easy and Crypto in here in just a second. And we're going to go over kind of the breaking news of what happened over the past 48 hours, which was in a TLDR mode, Tri-Roll being hacked. Their private keys were compromised. A lot of social token communities were affected. And while that might seem like a bad thing, and it definitely, had its ramifications, the response by not only the LADZ community, but the entire social token space and kind of the reaching across the aisles of all of the different communities was absolutely amazing to see. It was unparalleled, and it could lead, I think it could be a springboard for social tokens and where we go from here. It could be a great growth moment for just social tokens across the way. I know NFTs, this 2021 is the year of the NFT, but 2023, 2022, we can definitely see social tokens kind of making their way into crypto a little bit, and we'll look back on this day and say that. So I've got young content in the house, small town cowboys here. Easy is in the house, and he's actually going to be in here fully in the studio, in the co-host chair for about 5 to 10 minutes, and we're going to kind of go over what is happening and little events that he's kind of organizing here, or a big event actually. Okay, Boontu, I still need to know how to say that name. Hash Rhymes is in the house. Our Vibe, Our Tribe, Sunrise, Marty McFly's here for a second time in a row. Crypto Chris and Can Wolf. Guys, I can't say enough how happy I am about the response from yesterday. We had lads getting the liquidity pool, even when they didn't know what was going on necessarily, but they saw kind of what was happening around the industry and could only guess at it being a hack. And guys were snapping up some lads for the liquidity pool, getting into the chat, kind of supporting each other, man. It was amazing. We hopped into Discord and we hopped into the lounge multiple times just to kind of have a quick AMA. So all good stuff. Happy to have you here today. We're going to bring Easy and Crypto in here likely in like the next 30 seconds. I'm going to give you a quick episode breakdown, though. We're going to touch on this Tri-Roll hack with Easy, and then I'm going to break it down a little bit after he hops off. We also have other hacks, PancakeSwap and Nifty Gateway, as well as Cream.Finance. So all four kind of being hit within a 48-hour span. VIV is having some issues as well. VIV, that marketplace on Flow. A lot of quick news to get to. Binance was under CFTC investigation. Korean crypto trading volume surpassing the national stock exchange. That's freaking huge. A lot of NFT news to get to. Shout out to Choina for dropping that Raffle Avagachi news. And then we have DeFi that we're going to hit as well. Some updates from Solana. And some announcements here. DeFi still kind of in the shadows of NFTs right now. So Can Wolf is here. Yikes. All right, we are going to do this. XPY was in the house, and we are going to bring Easy and Crypto here in right now. That's what's happening. So I'm going to talk with Easy. Let's see it. All right, Easy, you are live on Layer 1 Live. Nice to see you, man. I'm happy that you can kind of come in here today and explain what's going on with yourself and kind of recapping yesterday's events. So how you doing today, my man?
I am doing good. Really great to be here. Just crazy times. I hope my audio is coming through okay.
we had some issues yesterday with Loadmaster's kind of audio. So guys, feel free to kind of give me the update on what Easy's mic is doing there. So, but go ahead, Easy. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing great. It's been really busy, wild, crazy. We had that roll hack hit 36 hours ago or something. It's hard to say. I think it was night or early morning last night, and there was a lot of confusion. A lot of fires. Definitely, I was kind of bouncing around trying to kind of put out a little fires until we could get more information. Thankfully, it was just the hot wallet, so someone was able to get the seed phrase or the private key to that roll hot wallet, which then has their funds. I would just kind of speculate for the month to go out to the projects and claim links and things like that. We're still waiting on more information, but at least they have got some messaging out. So basically, one of the first things that I thought when this happened was that it's somewhat inevitable that something like this would happen, and that it's...
Oh, did we lose him?
That space and in the process where we are then later. Are you still have me?
Yeah, I still had you. I lost you for a second. Keep going. I lost you for like the last 5 seconds.
So basically, I think that it was somewhat inevitable that a hack like this would happen. We have so much value increase. We have so much interest coming into the space that those darker forces are going to make moves too. So it happened. Time to move on. We're coming together, as a community. We'll get through this. Hopefully this will shed some light on, security, and we can all take a look at our security measures and our passwords and having 2FA. All those things will be great to touch on. But what's most exciting, besides the support already rolling in, with people jumping in and buying tokens and adding liquidity to multiple projects here that were hit, is I had tossed out an idea for basically, a mega meta live music, art auction, rap battle, treasure hunt, esport, meta game, DJ roll benefit event. So, something like that. And the response was just, right away. I mean, one of the first places I talked about it was in the little AMAs we had in LADZ City. I'd mentioned it over in Whale, I think, and, it was like, great idea, but you guys really were like, grabbed right on. And so I'm really happy that we're going to be able to be, a big part of organizing and sponsoring this event. There's also been a lot of support coming in from, a lot of artists saying that they would love to be involved, love to donate work. So, there can be art auctions where the proceeds there can go to the hardest hit communities. And I know that it was very different. So, Whale got hit pretty hard. Luckily, it was only about 2% of the total that's been released. Yep. So, even though the price of Whale went from 40 something down to $3 or $4, it bounced back to 20 and then to 30 pretty fast. The support is there, and it is a larger liquidity pool to pull from. So, weathering that bump in the road pretty well. But there are other projects where the amount that was in the hot wallet was basically equivalent to the whole liquidity pool. So yep. Basically wiping out, for somebody like Skinny, who has the Skull token, a year's worth of, work on the token end was wiped out in a minute.
100%. But, and FWB had the same situation. I know Karma had the same situation. I was looking at FWB this morning. It looks like they're migrating to a new token. So there are going to be some interesting case studies on how each community, even though they were affected differently, how they kind of react in what measures they take. So I know I was in FWB earlier this morning. They did a vote among the community token holders and basically said, hey, we're migrating to a new token with only 1 million total supply. So that's kind of an update from them.
Very cool, very interesting. I think we'll see possibly other people basically take snapshots of the token holders before the hack and possibly create their own contract to be able to do something like that. So that's interesting to see. They'll have more control over their token by doing something like that. but yeah, there's been just so much support from, from artists, from other discords. We have support from Token Smart. They're going to be, offering up some venue space. The whale community is involved, and Whale Shark generously offered when I reached out to be the basically custodian of the ETH wallet. Because with all these things coming, and I thought of this idea, and then it like already had traction. I'm like, oh wait, the security, the issues that are involved with holding the funds and setting them out. Is it a multi-sig? Well, then what if one of those persons gets compromised? Or so there was all this, and I just thought, somebody in the space that has a lot of respect and trust is Whale Shark. And so I reached out, and he said he would hold the wallet keys for that. So I'm just so grateful to have, people like that running, communities and being involved and willing to help and taking the time to reach out and work with, anybody that is dedicated and passionate about, kind of moving the space forward. So I'm just super happy with the support we've got, and a lot of work to pull this thing together. I'm hoping that it could, fire off in like 3 or 4 weeks. It's important to kind of try and get it going soon, but realistically, we need at least a couple weeks to kind of get everybody on board for, if so-and-so is doing a treasure hunt and so-and-so is going to do music, and, just kind of get it organized so we have a big, long day of activities and different types of things that people can be involved in. So, cross multiple kind of interests.
Yep.
And I think it's going to really work. I think we can make a big difference. And hopefully that leads to some, some community collaborations to get serious about, security, and also just the education on individuals joining to also just refocus some on those basics of the security, your passwords, your 2FAs, and then the bigger talks about, how is there a way maybe to limit these rug pulls? If someone's pulling out all the liquidity, would there be a way that Uniswap could have like a secondary verification that, so a whole pool can't get just rug pulled? And I don't know if that's possible, but definitely on Roll's end, I'm sure they're talking a lot about how they can improve on their security and limiting any holdings in hot wallets ever. So yeah, it's crazy but positive.
I was so happy to see the response from not only our community but by pretty much everybody, right? So if you guys are just hopping in, again, Roll had that issue with their hot wallets. It looks like a private key kind of misplacement or kind of exposure to somebody. Some people were claiming inside job. That's not at all the way that I see the Roll team whatsoever. We've worked closely with them, so we're gonna wait till the verdict's out. But the Roll team has done a great job since the beginning of them leading this movement. So it was, we were there in the channel and it was noon, and then it was 3 p.m. Eastern Standard, and then it was 4 p.m. Eastern Standard. No word from the Roll team. I think that was a little bit unnerving for a lot of people. We were all in the channel kind of saying, hey, I hope the Roll team comes out with some type of post-mortem here relatively quickly to calm everybody down. Based on the story that I have in front of me, 5.7 million was taken in the entire heist. So as Easy said, some communities were affected more than others. I think people in the chat are saying Arcane Bear is one that got hit relatively hard. So the details, again, aren't laid out here completely. Easy, I think we were in the channel, in the LADZ channel, kind of talking about this, and you were like, hey, why don't we do, X? Why don't we do this event where all the social tokens can kind of benefit together, and the ones that have been the most hit maybe benefiting the most? So definitely cool to be there in that inception moment. Look forward to kind of holding those wax keys as well as you go forward and try to create this event, man. I can't wait to support it.
Yeah, thank you so much, bro. And I think the LADZ are in a great position to be the custodials for the wax portion, because I'm sure we'll have multiple chains that people are going to want to donate different art or gaming things or whatever that we can then turn around and have auctions and sales and prizes for people that participate, and able to get that to the people that need it the most. And yeah, I wanted to echo your thoughts on Roll. I think they could have helped ease the panic a little by releasing what, basically what they released just earlier, because we were all kind of biting our nails there, waiting and waiting. But I was really glad to see that they had started a fund as well. So, I have a lot of respect for the team. Like you, I've worked closely with some of the members, and yeah, I don't think it was an inside job. I mean, there could be all sorts of ways that hackers can, either socially engineer or just brute force their way into something. And so, we don't have the details, and it'll be very important to learn the specifics so that we can really grow from it and implement safeguards, and also just think about other things that, we haven't seen go wrong that could go wrong. So I think it's important. Like I said, it was kind of inevitable. Better to get it out of the way, move on, stronger, as a community together. And yeah, I still am very, very bullish on social tokens. And I think, Roll is a great company. They just, being out in front, being kind of the first mover, I can see why they were the target for this.
Absolutely. Yeah, to your point that you made earlier, the honeypot that was growing as the social token industry was taking off, Roll, for the most part, is taking anywhere from 10 to 12% of each of these tokens, and then they're having them, inside of these different wallets. So security is of the utmost, and there could have been some things in place to maybe mitigate this, and that will come out as we see more from the postmortem. But looking forward to kind of figuring this all out with you, Easy, man. I mean, that was a great idea. It was just kind of thrown out there, and everyone was like, oh my God, yes. So I cannot wait to support you in doing this. I know Seed Club is definitely interested as well. If you guys are interested and you're listening right now, definitely reach out to Easy on any of the Discords. He seems to be in almost all of them that I'm in. But you can reach out to Easy and see how you can help get these social token communities back on track, particularly the ones that are most affected.
Yeah, reach out, anybody. And it's just, again, I'll say it's so amazing to have this community where an idea like that just kind of gets thrown out, and then all of a sudden, a day later, it's like, we're getting wallets made up, we're getting event venues locked down, we're getting people wanting to donate. It's just incredible. We are the future. We're gonna change the world, lads.
100%. You kind of touched on it there at the end, the kind of a last message to the lads. But before you head off, Easy, is there anything you want to say about kind of the lads' performance yesterday, as well as kind of in the future?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm super bullish on LADZ. I fattened up my bag, and it was incredible to see all the support. And speaking of LADZ performances, I got to get you over to the rap battle, because we had a rap battle last Friday when we did the alpha launch for Cypher, which is bringing hip hop to the blockchain. And most of y'all probably heard me talk about it at some point. But we're right now. It was so much fun. And such great interaction and vibe that we're planning another one for this Friday. We're just kind of working on the timing, and it very well may be like a weekly thing. So I'm really looking forward to more battles. Cypher is definitely going to be, helping, to throw in for this benefit, and we'll bring the beats and, bring people up on stage. Maybe we can lock down some big artist or something to hype it up. But yeah, it's an amazing time to be in the space, whether you're a collector, you're launching a project, you're an artist, like we always say to the lads here, bring those ideas forward. It is the time to, make these things happen, take them from an idea and push them out into reality.
Absolutely. Great way to put it there, Easy. And then we're going to also touch on all the new nobles that kind of were supporting the project. You were talking about getting some right after the actual event happened. So I appreciate all the support. I know the core team does, as well as the broader community, man, for those of you guys that swooped in and are helping the project out. So all right, Easy. I'm gonna take off, man. I'm gonna leave the Discord chat here. But thanks again, man, and we'll talk soon. And can't wait to see what you're doing with this event.
Our vibe, our tribe.
Love it, man. Awesome to have Easy on. Hopefully, I can get him on more. I know he was talking about possibly coming on multiple times a week. I know he's already doing Easy Street. He seems to be a very, very busy man. But hopefully, we can get Easy on more here on Layer 1 Live and in front of you lads. So. All right, guys, there are, I believe, 40 of you guys here in the chat today. We are just getting started here on today's episode. I know it's a little bit different. Obviously, we were directly affected by the events of yesterday, although not as much as some other communities. So I will TLDR the rest of this for those of you that don't kind of have any knowledge of what went down. Oh My Coins is in the chat saying, so the extent of the wipeout depended on the percentage of tokens in the hot wallet. That is correct. So for example, here we have a tweet from our own Twitter profile, and you can see a couple of the other communities did almost kind of the same thing here, but within our hot wallet, 6% of the total token supply was in there and was hacked by this hacker. So they were able to get the actual tokens from a bunch of these different communities. So as you can see here, I'm in the Ethereum transaction itself, starting with Pika and ending with Whale. You can see how many tokens were taken and then how many ETH was actually taken, right? So Cherry, LADZ, Skull, Karma, FWB. But notice the difference in size. Now, this is where I talk about LADZ a little bit and how we were affected. Some of these market caps on some of these tokens were extremely high. FWB was in the 200 million in market cap. Whale, obviously really high itself. I don't know exactly. So you see the amount of Ether that was actually hacked from both of these projects, who probably make up the majority share here. Now, they also, FWB did not bounce back because they told their community not to buy. We'll see, what happens with that, token migration. Whale bounced back immediately, but they did lose a ton of ETH there in that hack, 1,300 to be exact, 1,362. To be clear, the social tokens are not gone, right? They're just distributed to all the miners. That's exactly what happened with LADZ. But 21 ETH was taken from the pool. So we're working with Roll. We're working internally with our own within our own team. Obviously, some of you guys swooped in and were able to provide liquidity there to make up for that. But Roll has come out and said we're gonna have this donation fund, or I don't want to call it the donation fund, but some type of fund that's going to be used to make some of these communities whole again. And et cetera, et cetera. Easy is stepping in saying we need to do this event so that we can, help the other communities that were hit potentially hardest. So, for example, like Karma and FWB had over 30% in their hot wallet. So that was actually taken and then liquidated on Uniswap, and it pretty much drained the entire pool. So a lot of communities are super affected. LADZ, for the most part, our hot wallet had, again, 6%. The remaining that we actually control as a team was put into cold storage in a multi-sig wallet. So luckily, we didn't have all of the circulating supply that we actually control for further community distribution on that hot wallet. So that is kind of the update. Again, if you want to go to our Twitter page, you can kind of see exactly what went down. We were in the Discord all day talking about what was going down with the whole event within LADZ, all of these different things. But throughout the day, as I saw the community kind of come together, as I saw the extent to which LADZ was hit was a little bit less than the others, although we still need to figure out how we do get whole to where we were before the event. I feel like LADZ are going to be in a better place than we were even before the hack. So that's kind of my statement. It's really, and I'm being truthful there. I'm not just kind of throwing gas up the community. I really feel like based on the amount that we were hit, as well as the response from the community and all the different things we'll be able to do, whether that's work with Roll, do events, work internally as a team, we're going to be able to kind of make ourselves whole here. So that's the update, guys. That is the tri-roll hack. It was hit on by a lot of different media outlets. Obviously, we see the block here, about $5.7 million. For the most part, this was taken from FWB as well as Whale. That was actually transferred and sold via Uniswap. You can kind of see this on Decrypt as well. And Easy makes a good point. It's a big honeypot. And where is the multi-sig that's associated with this? I know, I don't pretend to be knowing about their back-end infrastructure, but to not have a multi-sig as the honeypot grew and grew and grew, 6 months ago even, that was much less. FWB, I don't even believe existed at that time. Whale, I think, was trading around, $10 possibly. So as that grew and grew, the honeypot for those hackers increased and increased. So we'll wait to see the postmortem there. but we will also be involved in helping these other communities. So shout out to Easy, shout out to all the lads, man. That was an amazing moment for our community, and you guys stepped up really big. And if you want to know how you can help out more, hop into LADZ City, talk to some of the mods, talk to some of the community members, and they will let you know. So that's pretty much it on the security hack. I will pull up their last statement. So this comes directly from Roll. Again, they waited a little bit to kind of tell anybody about what was happening on their end. It looks like 3:30 a.m. on Sunday Eastern Standard is when it actually happened. I believe this came out sometime around 5 or 6 p.m. So this is a security incident. You can kind of see the contracts. You can also see they say, in the meantime, we are announcing a $500,000 fund to help creators and their communities affected by this. We will reach out to every community one by one in the coming days, and we'll give more details soon. So I will definitely keep you guys updated when I get contacted by the Roll team, and we can move on from there. So, woo! That was an interesting intro. Thank you for all the comments. Let's see. I can get to some of our comments. It says, our vibe, our tribe. Everyone's giving Easy some love. Let's see. Young Content saying, I'm looking forward to seeing the first NFT social token fork. Historical. FWB is kind of tough to get into. They stopped kind of allowing people in based on the token price and things like this. But within that community, you're able to see that they were actually doing voting, right? They actually had a FWB Classic and an FWB Pro, and they had a community vote based on that. Classic was gonna, I believe, stay on the old token, and FWB Pro is gonna be moving to another token, 1 million in total token supply. So there was an actual planned fork happening. So we'll keep our eye on it. So, oh yeah, Choinder makes another good point. 2FA. Personally, there were no funds, I believe, that were stolen in this event from personal wallets and not project wallets. 2FA. So need to do that. Brian's story saying a lot of individual accounts were taken too. It was in one transaction, and all of this happened within one transaction, and you can see that here. So I don't know if there were any personal wallets hit during this attack. I've been hearing more and more about people, having, non-2FAs being hit. So definitely kind of figure that out for yourself. Make sure you have 2FA on everything you're doing in crypto. All right. Okay. So, speaking of hacks, right? And we've had 4 separate hacks here in the past, I would believe, 48 hours. So we had PancakeSwap. This was another piece of breaking news. So you can kind of see this, and I believe were commenting on a previous Cream Finance tweet. So Cream Finance tweet is saying our DNS and Cream.finance is that DeFi exchange or DEX on Ethereum. Our DNS has been compromised by a third party. Some users are seeing requests for seed phrases. And I'm going to try to pull up the Discord here because one of our moderators, Llama, shout out to my main man Llama, was able to post in main chat about what this looked like in real time. So I'm going to pull that up here. You guys can see this. They actually were able to, and this is on PancakeSwap, which was hacked very, very shortly afterwards, and you can see what individuals saw on this DNS hack. People were being asked to input their private keys when they got a MetaMask transaction kind of prompt there. So both of these teams basically came out and said, please do not enter private key information here. Please wait for updates from the team. So this is from Cream Finance, and then I will pull up again the PancakeSwap situation. So same thing. They come out and say this is now confirmed. Do not go to PancakeSwap's site until we confirm it's all clear. Do not input your private keys onto this website. Sorry for the trouble. And then we also had, this kind of came under the radar. There's 2 hacks that and I put the fourth one is going to be in quotations, but this one specifically, Nifty Gateway users getting hacked. Hackers reportedly target NFT marketplace Nifty Gateway users. Now, this had to do with 2FA. We just talked about it. You need to be putting 2FA on all of your accounts in crypto, but it's just interesting to see the pickup in the amount of personal hacks, project hacks, all these different things. I don't know why it's all happening right at once. It's not definitely not some type of top signal or anything like that, but the fact that this happened in Nifty Gateway, and you have the tweet from the individual here, and there were multiple individuals that came out. So someone stole my NFTs today on Nifty Gateway and purchased 10K worth of today's drop without my knowledge. So Decrypt actually did some research here and went out there to Nifty Gateway. A spokesperson for Nifty Gateway told Decrypt and stated that there had been no indication of compromise of the Nifty Gateway platform. So that's indicating that it was from the personal side. So they also indicated that the account information that was added was actually, proved to be true. So basically someone's passwords and username was used. These people apparently went on to Discord as well and were able to, discuss OTC. They weren't able to sell through Nifty Gateway or what have you. They were able to sell these OTC. Left House Crypto is saying, man, no. Yeah, I'm putting a lot of FUD out there today. I get it. Hubbard Snacks is saying, scratching my head. Young Content is saying, BSC is trash. No comment. Easy and Crypto saying, sorry, but I have very low levels of love for Nifty. I hope you're not talking about me, Easy. Come on, man. And James Jafal is, I agree with you. He's saying these hackers are trying to keep March the worst month for crypto. We haven't even talked about the macro pullback that we saw in the markets a little bit, and how that kind of mirrors a lot of the I guess monthly cycles that we see over time. So definitely, we have Nifty Gateway here. It happened to multiple users. So we see another one here, Keyboard Monkey. Someone hacked my Nifty Gateway and bought $20,000 worth of art on my credit card. $2FA. That's all I got to say, man. All right, so that on top, and I think I have one last one. So this one's very under the radar. Obviously, VIV Marketplace on Flow is not very large at the moment. They had that Ben Morrow drop, but these guys have been down for a little while now. So I did some research. I went into their Discord here. Let me see if I can't get to the VIV's Discord. I might be able to pull this up. I'd love to actually do that. All right, so we have an announcement. This is on their Discord, right? So hi everyone, we're working on additional security layers for VIV. VIV is not hacked. But look at the information they're giving here. Some of you use the same email passwords on multiple sites. Credentials from those sites were leaked on the internet in the past, and someone is trying to connect to VIV accounts using those credentials. So a little bit more complex here, a little bit more vague as to what's happening, but these guys have been down for a little while now. So all over crypto right now, they are trying to make March continuously the worst month. So a lot of FUD I'm starting the episode with. I get it. I'm looking at some comments now. Appreciate you guys flooding the chat. Keep it going, man. Keep it going. I like seeing that chat lit up with all of your comments. That way I can kind of get to them and we can have ourselves a discussion. Okay, I know that was a different intro. I know that that's not the usual, but we have 50 of you guys in the house. This is Layer 1 Live. We're taking you around the industry. Crypto, blockchain, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Should I just go down the list? We're talking DeFi, we're talking NFTs. And we just hit on all of these issues around the crypto space right now with different hacks, with different user issues. But as Easy is saying in the chat, FUD don't phase me, yo. So all-time high is going to be 116. If you are here for the first time, please go ahead and subscribe. We'd love for you to subscribe. We'd love for you to hop into our community Discord, LADZ.city, LADZ.city. Type that in your browser. Takes you right to our community. If you guys are not new, maybe you're lads, you know what to do. Please leave a like and absolutely blow up that chat box, man. The episodes get better. People come in here, they're like, oh my God, look at that chat. And then they stay and then they become lads. This is the way. I know I just took the NFT Army's kind of saying there. Shout out to Ballas. All right, that is the breaking news for the day. If you guys have different pieces of news that you want me to touch on, feel free to drop it in chat as well, or drop it in Discord, and I can possibly pull that up. You can't drop any links. It's just how it is. But FTX and Alameda research, man. FTX, obviously, SBF is the... I just kind of hit you with a bunch of words there, but FTX is headed up by SBF, Alameda, Sam Bankman-Fried. I'll pull up his Twitter here. If you guys don't know about FTX, you're not derivatives traders. You're not day traders, but probably one of the top billionaires in the space right now, owns FTX Exchange, owns Alameda Research, and FTX is in talks to rename the NBA stadium the FTX Arena. So we have, this is where the Miami Heat play, obviously. Miami is absolutely blowing up as far as crypto is concerned. Obviously, Mayor Suarez is trying to do what he can to draw the crypto community in. And we have FTX possibly renaming the Miami Heat Stadium into the FTX Arena. So really cool story. Obviously not very deep. There was a little kind of Easter egg here. When Decrypt reached out, I believe on Twitter, the curious eye emoji. I love this point right here. FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried responded to CoinDesk inquiry about the potential sponsorship deal by merely sending the curious eyes emoji. Shout out. Shout out, curious eyes emoji drop right there. So, interesting little story. This is probably the best story of the day. So listen up. I hope I can get all of this info to you. I need to pull up Reef Finance's response, but this has to do with Alameda Research, and they took an investment in Reef Finance. This is a crazy story. So Alameda Research, and I'm going to go directly into this post by the Reef team. They had an agreement up to $80 million, a strategic investment that Alameda Research was going to take into Reef Finance. Only $20 million of the Reef was actually sent to the Alameda Research team, and then there's this big feud right now. So I'll go to, let's see. I'll go to the Alameda team first. This is what they came out and said. Alameda is not affiliated with Reef. Alameda does not endorse Reef. We agreed to an OTC trade with Reef. They immediately went to the press to brag and then reneged on the OTC trade. We obviously do not recommend anyone do business with Reef in this way. But watch this shit. Reef's team comes back and says they sent the initial $20 million amount and then noticed that Alameda was actually dumping the Reef on the open market on Binance. So that's why they weren't sending the rest. So there's an interesting story, electrifying story here that's being played out. So here's the story from, and I'll put this in the chat because I think it's really cool. This is the response by the Reef team. In March, Alameda's investment arm reached back out after, not taking an investment earlier, and they wanted to make an $80 million strategic investment. This was headed up by Brian Lee on Alameda. As previously stated, Alameda secured investment in Refinance token for $20 million at 20% discount. The investment was led by Brian Lee. Alameda conveyed an interest in investing an additional $60 million in Refinance alongside this time frame. So they send this is the first $20 million tranche. These are the transactions of apparently Alameda going and dumping their strategic investment right when they received it. So for the first $20 million tranche, we followed the movement of the sold Reef tokens and immediately saw that the tokens were being transferred to Binance Exchange. We did not then move forward with the additional $60 million tranche due to doubts around Alameda's long-term interest in being a strategic investor. Holy shit. How cool is this story? So it's a who's who now. SBF is retweeting, obviously his colleague. You have them continuously tweeting again. And now you have the Reef team kind of responding here. Absolutely fucking nuts story. Love this stuff. This is why I'm in crypto, man, to watch this. This is free entertainment. All right, Thomas Erickson's in the house saying Roll should have had those funds in a multi-sig wallet. End of story. Another centralized point of failure. Yes. All right, I don't know how to say this. Physica Medica is in the house. Nice to see you here. Nikhil's in the house. Choina, 2FA is the way. Marty McFly, do you think he is chef from sushi? That's a great point. That when that actually broke. See, this is again, DeFi is not as user friendly, but it's definitely more entertainment friendly. There's so much like juicy stories within DeFi. I can't even like really place it. So, do I think he's sushi chef from sushi? No. I know that they had made an agreement together, SBF and Sushi, about kind of the handoff there earlier in the fall. I don't know. Eldin saying it's better than a movie. Yes, it is. The last point about this story is apparently, and this was, obviously put out by the Reef team, so take it for what it will. Alameda Research began threatening to delist the Reef token from FTX and said that they would try to get Reef delisted from other top exchanges as an act of retribution if we did not give them the $60 million tranche. What? This is from FTX's Twitter. Should FTX delist coins that have rug pulled? Is it better to offer more options to holders stuck with them or prevent future users from trading them? Holy crap. Scott Harris Firestone is in the house. Scott, this is a crazy story, man. You have to go back and look at this afterwards. So the Reef team goes on to say, hey, this is what we've got next. We're going to move on from this. Yada, yada, yada. Really cool. Really juicy story there. Scott, we touched on the roll hack earlier as well. Thank you so much for the support yesterday. We touched on Easy getting a social token, basically Metapalooza together, or social token event, benefit event for those hit. Roll coming out and saying they're going to support those tokens as well. But we are on to quick news. How many of you guys were hurt yesterday? Well, the only way you would be hurt is if you had weak hands or you're trading with leverage. Over $2 billion in futures liquidated as crypto market dips. The price of Bitcoin and other major cryptocurrencies dropped by around 5 to 6% Sunday, resulting in massive futures liquidations. Do we think that some of this had to do with the Social Token Act? No. No, definitely not. The FUD from social tokens making its way into the broader market? Not yet. But it did take a dip. Let's see where we're at right now. 56K on Bitcoin. Ethereum was hit. See what we were hit with here. Oh, BitMax. Shout out to the beard. Chili's got hit. Chili's was pumping on crazy nonsense, man. I don't really understand. Like, Chili's is absolutely crazy. I don't know if any of you are in Chili's, but to be up 10,000% on the year. Tell me about that. All right. So $2 billion in liquidations. Obviously a lot of levered long dudes or ladies. Lads and ladies. So when you get a little bit of a dip, it starts hitting those stops. The rocket fuel downwards pretty much. So we see here BNB was down 5%, Polkadot down 5%. And then Decrypt is coming through with the education saying when the markets are experiencing dips or surges, over-leveraged trading positions are liquidated. automatically by exchanges when traders can no longer fulfill their margin requirements. Thank you, sir, for coming through with the education. VeChain all-time high. The VET love. Drop it in the chat. VET. El Dennis saying, let's go VET. Look, man. Drop the bags that are doing well. I love seeing the lads do well, man. Any of you, man. Whoever's killing it, just drop your bags in the chat. Love seeing it. 112. This is interesting. $112 million worth of short positions got liquidated. So maybe, trying to catch those knives a little bit. Or actually, no, that's completely false. I guess when we rocketed back up, people thought that maybe we were going to continue dipping. So, couple shorts here, couple $1 million worth of shorts. But yeah, I mean, end of the day, 2FA and don't lever long or lever short. Words to live by. Diamond hands. Don't lever and get a 2FA. If I had to teach you 3 things, Padawan, it'd be those 3 things. And don't buy EOS. Pains me. No, actually, EOS is a good buy right now. Not investment advice. I'm just trying to save myself from this hole that I've now dug. EOS is not a bad buy. Not investment advice. Istalk is talking about Alice. I'm going to talk about that later in the episode. It looks like there's an NFT platform here, or NFT project, NFT DApp game. Whoa, Alice 29,000% pump. Okay, this is what I saw. So shout out to Robert Hugendorn. This is what I saw. We're going to skip ahead here. Alice token for my BSC. You want to be right or you want to make money? Of course, the first thing I see, Binance Smart Chain, 29,000. Alice launched Monday through Binance Launchpad and is now up 6% to $23. Robert, this is an old story. My neighbor Alice, here we go, guys. Lock it in. $40 from, what did I say it was? Yeah. I would be interested to see the Launchpad price. Someone's saying that it's up thousands of %. So I'm actually going to get into this later. Of course, it's on Binance Smart Chain. Again, you want to be right. You want to make money. This is happening for whatever reason. I mean, I got buddies that are in pools there. I got buddies farming on Binance Smart Chain, putting in a hard day's work. Danny Dan is in the house. He said, God damn, I'm finally home. Glad to see we're still going strong, lads. We are going to be going strong for years, my friend. Love to see you in the house. Hopefully your work was good today on this Monday. All right, I skipped ahead a little bit. Great to see everyone lighten up the chat. Speaking of Binance, yummy. Can't have enough. If there's any good Binance news, I need to sprinkle a little FUD on top of it. So Binance under CFTC investigation over trading activities. This had to do with allowing U.S. investors the opportunity to make money, is what this has to do with. CFTC is protecting U.S. investors here. According to Bloomberg report on Friday, which cited anonymous sources, the CFTC is seeking to determine whether Binance has allowed residents in the U.S. to buy and sell crypto derivative products while not being registered under the government's agency oversight. So like a KYC situation here. It looks like CZ responded through a tweet, not through the block as they reached out to him. It's not a bull market without some FUD. Ignore FUD. Keep building. CZ. Coming through. Man of the people. All right. Easy in crypto. Oh, I have some cogs that may be worth a little. Need to talk Need to talk in Lad City with some COGS experts. There's a ton. All right, DJ Wisdom is saying EOS. Yikes, bro. You're talking to an EOS Genesis holder, man, who held his bags way too long. There's a ton of EOS supporters in the house as well. I know from back in the day. See where it goes. I'm blockchain agnostic, man. I'm a lover of all chains. Nikhil saying Binance pools are good. That's what I've been hearing. All right, how many we have in the house right now? 57 of you guys, about 60 in the house. Get the word out about the episode, man. All-time high is going to be 116. Let's get some new lads in the house. What do I do with this? What do you want me to do with this? All right, Korean crypto trading volume has surpassed the national stock exchange. This is an awesome story, man. Cryptocurrency transaction rates in South Korea have surged past transaction rates for the national stock exchange. Upbit, BitHum, CoinOne, Kobit, 14.6 billion. So, Korea loves crypto. Tell me something I don't know. You know what Korea also loves? Gaming. Let's get NFT gaming off the ground. Shout out to Jiho. Hold up. There are 62 people in the house, and I'm being told I'm fudding ETH. DJ, am I fudding ETH? I will kneel at the Vitalik altar of scalability, Ethereum optimism, ETH 2.0 win. Binance is sus. Yes, sir. You're goddamn right it is. But you know what? Do you want to be right? You want to make money? Eldin saying so many projects. How do I remain employed with everything in crypto? Everyone's moving, right, into crypto from their, full-time jobs. I don't know why I decided to get up on the soapbox there, but I think that's what everybody's asking. How do I remain employed with everything in crypto? Well, you don't. Crypto employs you. Carrots is in the house. Cryptophagia giving EOS some love. Nice to see you guys. All right, who's shocked here that Gronkowski did an NFT? We are on to NFTs, by the way. We're going to get to DeFi here in about 30 minutes. We are touching on NFTs. Obviously, we have a large NFT contingent. Drop the NFT bags that you got as well. Want to give a quick shout out to our noble digital flower animation. Let's see if we can't get there. So, these drippies went on sale this morning. Guess who owns one of 30? Shout out to Digital Flower Animation. Wink, wink. I can't wink too much. Something's coming. LADZ drippies. Give a quick shout out to the guys in the house. Who's in the house here? Crypto Lander. Crypto Buffalo. Go ahead and drop those messages, boys. Yeah, the Gronk NFTs are lame. 100%. He's also front-running the NFL, which I think is badass. I was talking to some people in... Easy saying, I saw that but couldn't grab one. Listen, I wasn't going to even grab one because the fees were like $100. It went down to like 60. I was able to grab one of those drippies. And there were some cool things. I think there's like a Grubhub voucher worth $200 in there. Gronk was talking about NFTs on Clubhouse. I'm sure that was very informational. Sure, he did a great job explaining the mechanics behind NFTs. All right, Asmodai is here. XPlow is in the chat. I love this image. XPlow coming through, knocking me the hell out on Lads Poker. And then posting the GIF of the knockout. All right. Looks like XPlow was the only one that wanted to take me up on that. So here's what we got. Gronkowski's front-running the NFLPA on their potential launch of NFL NFTs. This is a great move. We all know about NBA Top Shot. We all know what happened with the markets there. Guess who's not getting a cut of that? Or a very minimal cut on the value that's being created? The NBA players. Guess what he did? Said, you know what? I'm going to just release my own NFTs. So these NFTs were lame. I'm going to be honest. It's cash grab. Sorry. Sorry, Gronk. There was one that was signed, I believe. I don't know if we have the actual NFT that went for 232 ETH. One of one career highlight refractor card. 435K. I could see that being pretty valuable. If that's like the first NFL, quote unquote, unofficial / official NFL NFT, could be worthy of something one day. It beat out, or I guess it was almost half of an actual signed rookie card, a physical card. You kind of see it here, obviously. Stripped of the Patriots logos, stripped of the Tampa Bay logos, but seemed to do well. Nothing like a Lindsay Lohan NFT, though. Am I right, boys? All right, and girls. All right, I saw a comment about DC Comics. That's my next story, actually. DC Comics reportedly eyeing the NFT market. Who's not eyeing the NFT market right now? DC is exploring opportunities to enter the market for the distribution and sale of original DC digital art, with NFTs including both new art created specifically for the NFT market. Are you ready for the DC Comics to be a part of the NFT space? I'm not sure. Speaking of, larger brands getting in, the NFT space is absolutely freaking blowing up. That's an understatement, by the way. We have Beeple. Yeah, the Beeple. My people. This guy's on national television. Actually, this is CoinDesk. Nice try, guys. We have Beeple on CoinDesk.tv calling the bubble on NFTs. You ready for this? See, I don't want to turn them up too much. Here we go.
But do you think this is just a fad, like the ICOs, like the GameStop phenomenon we saw
the quality's bad on my end too, guys.
Sure, I think it's a bubble. I do think there is a bubble, and I think where we are at in that bubble, or if it's not a bubble now, I do believe it probably will be a bubble at some point because there's just so many people rushing into the space. But I look at it sort of the technology behind it is so simple. It's just proving ownership of something backed by the blockchain. And so it can be applied to so many different things outside of digital art. I really look at this as something that could be a very viable alternate asset class. And so I think, it could be a bubble, just like with the internet. There was a big bubble. Everybody was super, super hyped about it. But it didn't kill the internet when the bubble popped. It just kind of wiped out all the crap. And so I honestly think that's what's going to happen with it.
But do you think this is just a fad, like the ICOs, like the...
First of all, okay, again, CoinDesk.tv, it's not like MSNBC. I was about to say, I'm surprised CNBC or what have you is talking about ICOs, but this is CoinDesk.tv. Again, I'm a fan of CoinDesk. Anyways, we got Beeple in here talking about the bubble. So drop it in chat. Do you think NFTs are in a bubble? How do you even judge this movement? Because you have guys like Gary Vee, you got guys like Beeple talking about, and by the way, all the OGs that have been here forever, talking about how NFTs are essentially going to take over the world, right? Everything will become an NFT. Anything that's physical in our space right now can be transferred as we move into our digital lives, and we need ownership. I'm going to step down from my soapbox, my clubhouse box, if you will. But how can that even be a bubble then? But then you have, the other side of your brain. It's that, your mind's telling you one thing, but your body's telling you another. You got $69 million worth of one asset. Everything is popping off. What will really happen is, this is basically how the cascade works, right? The illiquidity of NFTs has been talked about for a long time. That was always going to be the case, was when this switches gears, you're not going to be able to get out of your position. You can't market, sell an NFT, at least not yet. Fractionalization is taking us there. So what's going to happen is these projects are going to launch, people are going to ape in, and then no one's going to buy it. I know that sounds crazy right now for me to say that out loud. No one's going to buy your NFT, because right now everyone is buying your NFT. Yo, stop. Everyone's buying your NFT, so that it can continue. Oh, now I got a little bit more funds. I put it into the next project. But when this does stop, when it reverses, or at least the thesis behind that is you'll get stuck in your position, then it kind of reverses. So I'm going to read from some of the comments here. Guys, my little name on Twitter is NiftyQ. I'm the biggest NFT bull you ever met in your life, but we always have to judge objectively. So Deanna Pierce is saying, nope, people love it. Young Content says the NFT craze has just begun. They don't know what the fuck they are talking about. Proof of ownership is a good thing. For it to be a bubble really does not make sense. So again, I'm speaking against some of everything that's going on. I pretty much agree with all of you. But if it ever does happen, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen next week. But when it does happen, that's how it's going to happen. People are going to ape into NFTs. There's not going to be a seller or a buyer on the other end. And then there's no way to get out of your position. Want to make sure I didn't lose you guys there. I don't know why that keeps happening middle of the episode. All right, I'm going to go through some of these comments here. Keep it coming, guys. I love the chat. Illiquidity was a big problem when they came out with fractionalized fine art antiques years ago. I love the comments. Overman saying, I don't think NFTs are in a bubble. There's just more demand now. That demand might go away, though, and that might seem like a bubble bursting. Scott saying, it does seem overhyped, but I'll keep buying and flipping as long as I can. I bought Bitcoin from 1 to or 1,100 to 19K to 3K to 60K. James is coming through with the good comments. From the art and collectibles aspect, I think the quality brands and franchises will stick and hold value, but the cash grabs and low quality NFTs will die off. That's pretty much what Beeple said, right? That's what happened in the internet craze. The shit got like thrown out. Top Shot and Fine Art are in a bubble. The rest are just getting started, so it's an atmosphere, not a bubble. And you guys are getting to a good point, right? Left House Crypto saying utility. The NFTs with utility. I was talking to Andrew Steinwald from Sefirmion, Zima Red. I was talking with him about this, and he was saying that NFTs with utility are not the craze right now. They aren't. Look at it. Art. Although you could, aesthetic utility, collectibles, a lot of these are just, pictures on a frame. I mean, the highlight is cool. Don't get me wrong. I love NBA Top Shot, but there's no utility beyond that until that gets created later down the line. But it doesn't matter because the lack of utility or the absence of utility is actually almost a good thing because you're not letting anyone down. And that was kind of how Steinwall was saying it. Because if you have an NFT with utility right now, it's just not built. It's just not built out enough to say, oh, look at this awesome utility for this. There are some good projects doing it. RFox is doing a great job. There are a couple others. But in 3 years, from the jump from 2017 to now, imagine what the NFT utility is going to be like in 3 years. Then you'll be able to kind of capture someone's imagination. So there's more longevity, in my opinion, to NFTs with utility. But right now, any old thing is selling. Overman says, it's not a bubble if you think you're in a bubble. The characteristics of a bubble is that you don't know you're in one. But my body tells me I'm in one. Yeah, Top Shots can be used in fantasy leagues. Whale and Swish have them running. I'd like to see these. Because again, the point is that a lot of it is rudimentary right now. Like I'm playing some NFT games right now and it just doesn't do it for me. Utility can always be built in if the project is dynamic enough. Agreed. Hey, guys, I love the comments coming through. Keep them rolling. Kind of the debate here between NFTs without utility and NFTs with utility. Right now, the NFTs without utility, the CryptoPunks, the art, that's what's kind of, there's a run on that right now. Doesn't matter if there's utility or not. Guys are saying they've actually been using Swish. Let me know how that experience has been from the user side. Speaking of NFTs with no utility, who got in on a Mooncats? And Ethereum is another one that's come up. So someone either big-brained, full-on chess mode, created an NFT game back in 2017 just to say, hey, in 2021, we're going to unveil these and they're going to be so much more valuable. Or they just more likely abandoned the project and came back. So what we had here is Ethereum. You can see some of the tweets here. March 14, 2021. 129,000 for single assets. Game doesn't even really exist. But everyone was kind of digging into the blockchain and saying, oh, these NFT projects, they're before CryptoPunks. They have to be valuable. So we have Ethereum here. Real estate tycoon kind of game. Presenting users with a virtual open world composed of hexagonal tiles that can be bought and sold. Well, somebody found out that this is one of the first NFT projects. It wasn't even, this is really cool, by the way, because I don't think it was the Mooncats. It might have been Ethereum. I don't know if either one. These predate ERC 721. So these are ERC 20s. I don't know if Ethereum is. I'm pretty sure Mooncats was. That they had to then wrap. Yeah, see, here we go. It predates ERC 721. So they actually had to wrap these assets because they weren't even NFTs. So how, if it's an ERC 20, is it an NFT? How could it predate CryptoPunks? Listen, I didn't get in on the Mooncats. You can tell I'm a little salty. I hope you guys got in. And Overman's asking the right question. What other dead NFT projects from 2017 will be revived? Brian B's holding his Mooncat until he can retire on it. All right, I'm going to take us through a couple other Decrypt stories here. There's all the utility there in pixelated art. 62 of you guys in the house, we are talking NFTs right now. Talking DeFi here in a second, and we touched on some macro stuff that was happening in the markets about 30 minutes ago. All right, over the weekend, NFT market was recovering from the shocking Beeple sale as Mooncats and CryptoCats became a new craze among collectors. These two NFT projects both launched a bit after CryptoPunks 2017. This became the second highest contract on Ethereum for a minimal amount of time. It was Uniswap Mooncats. the project was dead, so people had to actually interact with the actual contract. There was no like front end interface, I believe. But those of you that got in, let me know. Let me know how that went. Because I did not get in on the Mooncats. It's one of those things that if you're not there in the first hour, good luck. And then here's the last story. This is again on Mooncats. So we had a couple tweets here. This is interesting by the community. To kind of dig up and then get this narrative going of, oh, predating Moonpunks. Or Moonpunks. Someone do it. Guaranteed. Guaranteed 100x. Someone do Moonpunks. Kicked off at 3 a.m. You know what that means. You know where it originated. So, yeah, plenty of people got it. I'm sure some lads got it. Brian B saying you just had to scan for the cat, copy and paste the ID and address in the Etherscan contract and pay the $50 in gas. The problem was that I believe gas started to get more and more as more people started to interact with that contract. All right. I'm going to be moving on here. Keep the comments rolling. I'm going to touch on... So the next 4 stories are essentially just... Or 3 stories are just alpha, right? So you have the raffle drop here. Shout out to Choina who dropped this into main chat. So Avagachi works in the way that you're staking friends in order to join a raffle. Based on the amount of friends that you have staked, you essentially get added into that raffle within your ratio. So, you know, if I'm using this as an example, if I put 1, I don't know what the actual like ratio is, 1-to-1 or what have you. We can go down here and get into some of the frequently asked questions. But the way that it works, again, is you stake friends. You get a chance at some of these raffle prizes. And we'll get to it in a second. Chon is actually in the house, so you can definitely drop some of this information. How do I participate? Participate in this Layer 2 theme March 29th to April 1st raffle. You'll need to stake your tickets into the raffle contract before April 1st. So you'll take the tickets you have been getting from staking friends and you'll put them in to this raffle. Let me know if that is exactly what's going on here, Choina. I got to say, personally, I appreciate the Avagachi team. I originally got in because they were doing a lot of great things from a communication standpoint, gamifying their Discord. And to everybody who's done well with Avagachi, with Quick, with Matic, now Polygon, great job. Can CryptoPunks stay that high forever? CryptoPunks almost become a representation of the bubble, in my opinion. Like that, those might be, other than like Beeple himself and some of the like biggest art pieces, CryptoPunks and what the price does from here on out, I feel like is almost like a proxy for that bubble that we're talking about. Because it just only goes up. The floor is only increasing. All right, so Tron is breaking it down. You buy raffle tickets with your friends. You earn from staking Ghost. I got to get my friends into this contract. I know I was staking a long time ago. I need to get it into this contract. So 65 of you guys are in the house. We're talking Avagachi. We got some assets here that you're going to be able to get based on, you know, whatever raffle you're trying to join. All right, the next 2 stories, very quick. GB is in the house. We've got Doctor Who coming. This is interesting because Doctor Who is running on a private fork of Ethereum. I originally thought these guys were going to be launching on Wax, but it looks like Doctor Who is launching at the end of the month. It comes with no gas fees because they're running on a private fork of Ethereum. However, Trading on OpenSea will require users to transfer their cards to the Ethereum mainnet. So, obviously I'm not watching BBC all the time. Not a big Doctor Who guy, but worldwide, I'm sure it's much more known. I'm sure some of you guys were watching Doctor Who. So we've got that. And then we have Godzilla. Godzilla's coming to Wax. A lot more news coming from Wax. But we have Topps Digital revealing. I haven't even watched this yet. Is this just going to be the arcade? Please don't let this be the arcade thing. Oh no, it's not. I'm watching with you guys. Blockchain. So this is interestingly timed. I believe King Kong Godzilla is coming out here in like the next week. I think NFT Plaza's here. Another great site to get your NFT news is saying FOMO should be rife. It's a Rickroll queue. Oh my God. I would have shut down the stream if that happened. That would have been the best Rickroll of all time. Anyways, coming to Wax here shortly. A lot of news coming from Wax. Shout out to that team. And then we got a Wax whale here in the chat. Scott Harris Firestone, my man. Still flipping those Street Fighters. All right, guys. 65 of you in the house tonight. Good to see you. I believe we had made our way through NFTs. Drop any comments you have in the house. When does it launch, Godzilla? I didn't get any. It says blockchain March 2021. So I know you were asking earlier as well. I believe about DC Comics. I don't think there was a time frame on that. So drop any more information you guys have in the chat, man. Love to continue to chat while we move into DeFi here. Wax has been doing well. A Wicwo. All right, we are moving into the end of the episode here, guys. We have DeFi to talk about here. So I'm going to go through Solana's Twitter profile here. Obviously the big story is going to be Tether. Tether is going to be able to be migrated to the Solana blockchain. Scalable layer 1. So we have a tweet from Tether here. We're pleased to announce the launch of Tether's tokens on Solana. USDT holders can now take advantage of Solana's fast speeds, greater than 50,000 transactions per second. Obviously, we have some scalability stuff there. Okay. We've got Mass Mage in the house saying, shout out to Q Master. Nice to see you guys. Just stumbled across an NFT horse racing game. So Solana's definitely positioned itself in that DeFi layer 1 protocol perspective. Obviously, they have that relationship with FTX. We have our friends from the Hero Network here on their Twitter. I'm going to pull up Solana's page right now. So we have Hero Network's going to be building on Solana. Their exchange is going to be there. Fully decentralized derivatives liquidity protocol on Solana. They've been running a hackathon here over the past month. We see this from Radium. Radium is going to be their swap protocol there. DeFi hackathons with Serum and Solana. So Solana's positioning itself fairly well. Obviously, that's going to be a layer 1 scalability play. Interested to hear if you guys are involved at all in Solana. There's not, I mean, everyone's chasing the layer 2s right now. XDAIs, Polygons, Binance. I'm interested to hear about the EOSs, the Solanas of the world. Not if you say Cardano in my chat, I will block you. I'm just kidding. But I won't be happy about it. So again, Tether tokens live on Solana. That's going to bring more liquidity to that chain. Great to hear from that team. We had Anatoly on, I believe, like 8 months ago at this point. Feels like a world ago. But love what Solana's doing. Elon Musk is selling a song about an NFT as an NFT. This is the top. Okay, we're going to experience this together for the first time. I'm sure this is going to be a shit show. Here we go. NFT. Are those little doges? Those cats are doges. Young Content says this song is good. I'm like in Eastern Russia. What does that even say? Model? NFT. Never. That says never sell. That says never sell. Computers never sleep. Never sleep. It's verified. It's guaranteed. NFT. If I get any type of donation in here, I'll feel fun. For your vanity. Computers never sleep. Those are donations. It's verified. It's guaranteed. Oh, it stopped. NFT. Safe to say I will not be bidding on that, but I will whore myself out for some donations. You can't tell me this isn't the top. Oh, man. I'm glad I got to experience that with you guys. The Coin Artist is saying she digs the song. Oh, this is just Look, it's not my. The diamond's a nice touch. I'm not big into electronic music. I'm just not a big EDM type guy. So I'm just looking for other cool shit in this. Join up. Welcome in, join up. This is my new NFT. I'm selling it. First bidder. Oh man. This is a physical representation of what's happening right now. I'm in the middle of talking about DeFi, and NFTs just somehow make their way into the conversation. All right. I'm having an adrenaline dump before the episode's even over because Elon just took me completely to Mars. Okay, so Overman saying, so is Elon's NFT or Lohan's NFT evidence of a bubble? Both. Yes, but also no. Not in Kansas anymore, folks. I can't trust myself with this cycle. I have no idea what's going to happen. All right, 72 of you guys in the house. Leave some comments. Yeah, I think that did it for me, man. That was yeah. Okay. Anchor begins countdown to launch a bank-beating DeFi savings account. So this I love that some of you guys are behind just a little bit. So you're in commenting in real time, but also 10 minutes behind. It's an amazing experience. Marty McFly says this song sucks. I'm just not big into EDM. Okay, Anchor represents a significant new decentralized finance app, independent of Ethereum, a basic savings account that should be more than competitive with traditional banks. I'm actually excited for this. So this runs on Tendermint, so Cosmos ecosystem. USD has a market cap of just under 1 billion, making it the 5th largest stablecoin. The token has spread from its native blockchain to Ethereum and Solana. The continued success of DeFi in the realm of adoption and kind of lowering the barriers there, so that where you have a decentralized finance application being able to be seen as a savings account, I'm excited for that. Where DeFi apps become so usable that you can start to get rates outside of, obviously, banks that are really competitive, that leverage DeFi, that leverage Ethereum, for example, and you can use it. Because right now it's not there. All right, under the plan announced last summer, Anchor would allow users to hold Terraform's UST stablecoin pegged to the US dollar and earn returns that consistently outpace the annual percentage yield of savings accounts at US banks. Let's hop in. I haven't, gone down the rabbit hole. I'm not an economic theory professor. How do you offer 20% APY consistently? That has to be just like a promotional APY. All right, not much going on here. I see the countdown. Anchor Protocol is launching. The link is in the description. Last bit here. Alchemex announces $4.9 million raise led by CMS, Alameda, and eGirl Capital. Careful, Alchemist. We know what's happening with Alameda. Alchemist, a DeFi lending protocol whose loans automatically repay themselves via deposits into other yield-bearing protocols, announced on Discord today a $4.9 million raise led by 10 investors, including CMS, Alameda, and upstart crypto VC players eGirl Capital. Alchemist aims to be one of the key money Legos in the Ethereum ecosystem. It is a culmination of countless innovations and one great idea and a lot of hard work from our team. So, congratulations, Alchemix. I want to talk about DeFi more. Honestly, I do. I would love to talk about DeFi for 30 minutes. Fully. But when I look at kind of what's out there, what's out there to talk about? Sushi. So Coinbase listing Sushi and Polygon. Like, you tell me, what do we hop in here within DeFi Prime here? What are we talking about? So, you guys keep talking about Barnbridge in my chat, and I still haven't checked it out. Asmodai's talking about Solana for DeFi. Obviously, Tether making its way there. We just talked about it. FTX being heavily involved with Serum on Solana. That's going to help. Barnbridge is one I am going to look at, I promise. I heard it. You talk about it once, it's a fad. You talk about it twice, I'll do it. Carrots is saying I fell down the Barnbridge rabbit hole as well. Okay, that's all I need to know. Leave the alpha in LADZ City. If you've got any alpha in LADZ City we want to share, that's the beauty of it. You share alpha, I get to participate. I share alpha, maybe you'll participate. It's not investment advice. Okay, I'm done. All right, that's it. I'm officially unhinged. Thank you, Elon Musk. Great conversations today. Want to give one last shout out to the LADZ community. You guys handled yesterday really well. We're working with Roll. We're working with other social token communities. Our goal is to make sure that we end up, where we were. And beyond that, even stronger. Thanks, Easy, for hopping in, explaining kind of the event that he's kind of working with. He was talking about it being some type of palooza, some social token, NFT, DeFi, all this stuff together in one event so that we can kind of have a benefit for all of the social tokens that were affected. Thank you guys so much. It really meant a lot yesterday to see you guys offer the support. I feel like we really came together. I think that is going to be it for us today. There are no rewards links as Roll, tries to figure this out. As soon as we get word from Roll, we will let you guys know what happens. They said they're going to reach out this week. I will let you guys know as soon as I get in contact with them. Once they get in contact with us, we can start to make a plan going forward. Great episode as always. I think that is going to be it. We've got NFT Live on Wednesday. Easy Street is going to be... Easy, let me know if you want me to tell who is going to be, or if you're going to drop it right now, who's going to be on Easy Street this week. And then we've got Layer 1 Live. XPOW is looking to continuously increase the amount of times that we have poker each week. I will be getting the rewards for those that have won up to this point over the next 24 hours. So Easy, let me know if you want me to reveal the name. Otherwise, guys, it's been a hell of an episode. I'm sure I'm getting hit with copyright here as well. Wizard X. All right. Our vibe. Our tribe. Don't mind me. I'm just going to be here the rest of the day. Happy trading, guys. Shout out to all the lads.